Hi there, welcome to Studio Movie Recap. Today we going to recap thriller drama film, Dead Sea. An actress who looks enough like Sydney Sweeney but at a fraction of the fee. Kaya Adams is cooking eggs. A kid, presumably her brother, is sad and feels lonely. He tells her that he missed his mother who passed away. She tells him not to worry, she will always be there for him. She goes to see her dad and tells him that she's going to visit her friend at the beach. Her dad tells her to be careful as he doesn't want to lose another loved one. Kaya drives off to a boat. On the way, she sees a CGI seagull bobbing through the air. She meets her best friend Tessa Miles, who is worried that her dad will be mad if he finds out they're out there, even though both women are clearly on the wrong side of 25. They meet Tessa's boyfriend Julian, a surfer dude type with annoyingly dyed hair who is kind to children, and also his friend, Xander. To Kaya's surprise, she finds out her friend is planning to go to island with her boyfriend and asks Kaya to come along. Initially she didn't want to come, as she has to look after her brother, but end up accepting. Kaya FaceTime her little brother informing him that she won't be home until noon. Tessa then gives her a friendship bracelet to apologize for not informing her about the trip. Xander entices Kaya to the islands they're heading to, with promises of wild pigs you can swim with. Sounds horrific to me. They then jet ski for ages while a curiously low-energy song plays. Xander and Kaya seem to be enjoying to ride together and developed romantic attraction as they were both single. Once at the island, the two couples have some sappy chat time intercut with stock footage of animals. Tessa and her boyfriend Julian finally spent quality time together and made up. On the other side, Kaya and Xander also spend some time together trying to know each other better. The four teenagers, I guess they're supposed to be frolic in the ocean while the same crap song from earlier plays. Finally Xander and Kaya decided to give each other chance and start kissing. On the way back, disaster strikes. Blonde bloke crashes into nothing, and he and Tessa get ejected from their jet ski. He thinks it's hilarious as they splash around until Mr. Emo, Xander, drives right into his head and then the other jet ski crashing it. Now they're all in the drink. The girls find Xander barely alive, but there's no sign of Julian. Then the jet ski sink. There's a shot of the sun beginning to set, but when we cut back to them, they're still in the same daylight as the previous scene. Oh, now the smallest shark in the world is approaching. It's the fishing boat coming for rescue. They're saved, but oh dear, the captain is smoking. A sure sign of a villain. He helps them and to get inside the boat. After Kaya asks the captain to call for help as her friends were in critical condition. He looks around and thinks twice and agrees to call for help. He then leaves and doesn't call for help. Shocker? I know. Tessa goes to find water, the drinkable kind, and doesn't come back. When Kaya goes to look for her, she finds the captain and asks him if he called for help. He ignores her question and tells her that she is lucky he found them, they could have died. I don't know what this means, I guess he's giving her clue that she owes him her life. I know that sounds crazy, right? He tells her not to worry about her friend Tessa, she's using the toilet. She believes him as Tessa was complaining that her stomach was hurting earlier. He then says some sinister things before he chloroforms her out of nowhere, then opens a hatch on the boat and starts the engine. After some time, the girls woke up in a filthy below-deck area, they were trapped. It turns out the captain is actually a human trafficker. Kaya freaked out and tried to open the deck, to her surprise it was locked and they couldn't escape. We saw the word, help, scratched on a post, indicating that they were not the first nor the last people to be trafficked by that same boat. The captain disguised the boat as fishing boat, but he makes his money by trafficking people. We find out his name is Captain Nasty. He does some fishing while Xander lies dying on the deck, not a bad paycheck as acting goes. Then another boat turns up, giving the girls some hope. A bald, bearded man climbs aboard and tends to Xander. It turns out the bearded man is a doctor. Was he there to help? He then descends to the girls' prison area. He checks Tessa for injuries, then starts quoting Shakespeare, though she be but little, she is fierce. The doctor and Ray have a conversation, and we learn that they have a sort of organ harvesting deal going on. The doctor gives the captain a map of stranded migrants that he needs to pick up to harvest their organs. The doctor tells the captain that he has a deal with a rich lawyer that needs liver for his daughter, so the demand for organs is through the roof. He offers to pay for the three teenagers $10,000 for their organs. And sarcastically says he's saving lives. Captain wants more money but ends up agreeing as the teens were injured. Now it looks like poor old Xander's time might be up. We see Dr. Baldy begin to prep for surgery of some kind, and then it sort of cops out. He cuts his heart and put it in a box. We see Xander wrapped up like a shark's birthday present, being chucked into the sea. The doctor then smokes a ciggy with the bloody glove he's just been excavating Xander with. The dastardly organ stealers take Tessa by force, and left Kaya alone. They took her inside the deck and started doing tests on her to see if her blood type is compatible to their buyer. Meanwhile, not Sydney Sweeney begins her escape attempt. Some hours later, she's finally got the rusty cover thing to budge, and she's free. That midnight Tessa's time was up. Baldy and Moody took Tessa to same spot they harvested Xander's organ, strapping down Tessa in order to steal her liver. She seems like a party girl. I'm not sure it'll be in great condition, but beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. Kaya makes it to the radio and tries to call for help, but no one is available, while the doctor increased music sound as he was working. After Kaya heard her friend screaming, she couldn't just let her die. She looked for a way to help her. She finds a selection of handy weapons to choose from in the pre-boss fight room she finds herself in. As the doctor was in process of drugging Tessa so she can be unconscious, Tessa shows up pointing a weapon on him. She was scared and nervous and didn't really want to kill anyone, but she's got no choice. She shoots this wicked doctor, and he makes some hilarious noises while Kaya is untying Tessa. The doctor grabs her, seemingly shrugging off a harpoon to the heart. Tessa woke up and grabs a scalpel and finishes him off. Well, he takes a hell of a long time to die. Captain Ray returns and sees the dead doc. He sort of looks around a bit in vague amusement, like a man on his first day working at a zoo, before deflating the dinghy so the girls can't escape. Now begins a deadly game of cat and mouse. Kaya and Tessa are swearing for the doc's yacht, which is handily all lit up in red. Captain Ray discovers that Ka has cut the power to the boat, and he's just deflated his only escape dinghy. Tessa is dragging Kaya down as she was injured, so she makes the noble decision to stay behind and tells her best friend to escape without her, which Kaya is pretty quick to take her up on. Kaya eventually reaches the yacht. She looks for a radio and she found it and used it to call for help. She reaches the Coast Guard and tells them about her situation. While the Coast Guard's telling her to look for a beacon to shoot so they can find their location, she finds a laptop with a sort of human trafficking eBay on it. He found several girls, sold, including her. The Coast Guard is nagging her to find the beacon, so they can locate her. She finally gets her hands on it. She goes to throw it in the sea to activate it, but then gets spooked by Captain Naughty, who swam over from his boat. Kaya hides while Captain Ray looks for her. He finds and ambushes her, stabbing her in the stomach. He doesn't want to kill her as he wants to first harvest her organs. Kaya used the opportunity to get closer to and shoots him in the mouth with the flare gun she picked up earlier. The captain died after some time of resisting to die. She's pretty badly wounded though, and she passes out after throwing the beacon towards the sea. But it lands at the edge close to water. Is this girl ever going to get a break? She just wanted to swim with some pigs and possibly sleep with a boring man. Luckily, the motion of the ocean tips the beacon into the sea, and it starts sending out the location. Now it's morning, and we get the CGI seagull from earlier again. Kaya looks pretty dead, but the Coast Guard are closing in. They board the ship in full body armor with rifles. Kaya has a pulse, luckily, but there's no sign of Tessa. They took her with helicopter and gave her the medical care she needed to survive. Then we see Tessa still in the life ring. The Coast Guard pulls her onto the boat, and she's still alive somehow. It looks like Kaya is done for, but she rallies round. Her dad shows up in the rustiest Jeep ever seen on film and wearing a t-shirt that reminded me of that He-Man ripoff from the 80s, Visionaries. He strokes her hair, and presumably his beer breath wakes her up. None of Tessa's family show up. But we do get a rather sweet moment where the two girls make eye contact. I guess they will never disobey their parents again. Did you enjoy the recap? Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell to be updated next time we drop. Thanks for watching.